Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Self-Made with your host, Ife A. And on this episode, I have a really special guest. You may know her as RayyNails, but she also goes by something else. You may know her as Racheal, but she also goes by something else. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, my name's Racheal Oshijo. My business is RayyNails. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about RayyNails?
Okay, so a little bit about myself. I'm 25. I'm a radiographer by profession, but I've also got a nail business. So, background about me: I actually went to Nigeria for secondary school, where I met Ife. It was an international school. Came back to London and finished off 2 years of secondary school, A-levels, and then university. It was actually at university I founded RayyNails. I just saw a gap in the uni environment where I went. I went to University of Hertfordshire, and it's not too far from London, but I saw a gap where a nail tech, there was a rise, that was like around 2017, there was a rise in like Instagram businesses around then. And the city where I went to university, there was a lash tech, but there was no nail tech. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to fill in this gap. And I was really, really addicted to doing my nails at the time. But because of my profession and the course I was studying, I couldn't really get my nails done. So I went to do a course, got qualified, insured, and started RayyNails. I didn't actually think it would go the way it did. But I just started it, and yeah.
And we're also going to be diving just into like that, like RayyNails as a brand, RayyNails as a business, and you also said you're a radiographer, so that's also really interesting too, like just that addition. So you guys heard it here. Like I met Racheal in high school, so secondary school. It's crazy now because like, yes, I'm also 25, but like I think I was 13, and I'm just like that feels like forever ago just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And what stood out for me for you is like I saw you like because like follow each other on Instagram, and then I saw you said you like launched a business, and I'm also obsessed with doing my nails too. So I was like, yes, like I'm so here for this, but obviously I don't live in London, so can't help you get my nails. But no, I was really excited about you, and it pretty much took off, and I was like, whoa. So when I thought about this podcast, you were someone that I thought, oh my gosh, I really have to have on, especially like in the first season, because I wanted to become a thing. Because I think the way you've grown RayyNails, I think it's something that a lot of people would want to be interested in and want to hear your story. So speaking about RayyNails as a brand, how did you get into it? You had mentioned that you were interested in nails, but was it more of like something you thought maybe you could do it on yourself, or was it more of you just wanting to help other people? Like dive into that a little bit for me.
Okay, so for me, I used to be a nail biter. I used to bite my nails. So
oh my god, same.
I used to bite my nails, but doing my nails stopped me from biting my nails. So it was a thing where like I literally used to budget to do my nails every month. So I got really, really addicted to doing my nails, and everyone actually knew me for like always having my nails and my toes done. Like that was me, because back then I'll take pictures, like post it and everything. So I was pretty much known for like always doing my nails, but I got really, really addicted to doing my nails, and finally like my actual nail beds grew, so I just stopped biting my nails. So that was like 2017 times. But one thing about me, I'm like a perfectionist, so I would do my nails with the local shops in London, but there was always a problem. So either the cuticle area wasn't really neat, or the shape was off for me, so I'd always end up going back home and like reshaping my nails to how I liked it. So fast forward 2017 2019 times. I go uni, and then as I said, like my university was near London, but I couldn't always go back to London to get my nails done. I did try a few nail shops in Hertfordshire, but my uni was in a place called Hatfield, which is in Hertfordshire, basically. So I did try a few nail shops in Hatfield, but the nails weren't lasting, or like the shape wasn't nice. So I was like, I actually can't be going back to London to do my nails all the time.
It's like a journey.
Say that again, sorry?
No, I was like, it's like a journey. Like you always going back and forth.
Yeah. So, as I said, before, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry. Hold on, let me just recollect.
No, it's okay. You were saying how you can't always be going back.
Yeah, I can't always be going back back and forth. So, but in 2017, there was a rise in like Instagram businesses, especially in London, and I saw that a girl had started a lash business in Hatfield. So I was like, interesting. She's doing lashes. There's no nail tech in Hertfordshire. Like, I'm gonna capitalize on it and just fill in that gap. So at university, I don't know if they do this in Toronto, but or like Canada, they have something called Freshers Fair, where when you're new to the university, they throw like a big fair so you can like see all the society. All the society.
So I think it's called like Frosh Week here.
Yeah, basically that. So just to get to know what you've got in your university, basically. So I printed out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like make some posters. So I printed out like some A5 little posters, and it had my branding on it, RayyNails. It said any set for £20, just to get my name out there. So I went with one of my friends. I printed out like maybe like 200. I was just giving every girl I saw. I was like, hey, my name is Racheal. I started this nail business, blah, blah, blah. It's £20 for any nail set you would want. But prior to that, I was practicing on my friends and my cousins and stuff. So my actual friend, Thelma, shout out Thelma, she really, really like helped me. I did her nails. The first bit was horrible, but she stood with me. And then, I gave out the flyers. Then that same like afternoon, I just started getting an influx of DMs. Hey, I've got your poster, blah, blah, blah. Can I book in? So I started booking in people. So that was around like September times. And then it just got to a point.
And you were still in school at this point, right?
Yeah, I was. It got to a point where I couldn't handle the influx of DMs, so I now had to create like a booking system, which was better for me because the availability I put out there is what I have.
That's
so
what
I was
they
able
have.
to balance it. Yeah, I was able to balance it with my degree that I was doing, and with my degree it's really, really intense because as a radiographers, I do like X-rays, CT scans, and all of that. So part of the placement, 60% of your course, you're in the hospital actually doing the job of a radiographer. So I was pretty much always on placement. And then probably 40% of my degree was actual lectures and like theory. So with that booking system, I was able to manage my time properly. And most of the times back then, I was working more weekends doing nails because I was on placement on Monday to Friday. And then probably during the week, I'll just do like a 7:30 p.m. slot in the evening and stuff. So it was good. And then fast forward. And another thing, I was juggling between London and Hatfield, like taking clients in London, Hatfield, because during like term time, I'll be in Hatfield. Then during summer, I'll be in London. So I'd have to like find a space to do it in London. Yeah, so it was, been a journey, but I'm happy where I am with God's favor, honestly.
Yeah. And you had mentioned like the space. That's going to lead to my next question. How are you able to find space? Like, did you have a studio? Did you ask people to come to your home? Did you go to people's homes? Like, how were you able to maneuver all of that?
Okay, so 2017, I started RayyNails in my uni room, literally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. RayyNails, my bed was literally here. And then my nail table was like on the left of my bed. Yeah.
And did you share a room, or it was just an apartment?
No, so basically it was all my girls in a house. So it was a 5-bedroom house, and everyone had their own room, but we only shared the bathroom and toilet. But my room was quite big, so it enabled me to have an extra space
like
for people to come in to do my nails. But I turned my study table basically into my nail table in my uni room. So back then I couldn't afford to actually rent a space because I was just beginning, and my aim back then was to build my clientele and not spend too much on expenses, if you get, and that's rent is an expense. So I was like, let me focus on building clientele and just making the money. Yeah.
And like running a business is never easy, right? And you were able to juggle that with school, like being a radiographer. Like that is like, I always say thank you for your service whenever I meet like nurses or people in that like stream. But you're able to juggle that and also like a full-time job because you're still doing it, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to touch on how is, like you had mentioned the booking system, but is your job like flexible, and how are you able to like, because I think you graduated like, I kind of stalked. They did an IG stalk on your Instagram. But I think you graduated like 2018 or 2019 or so.
Yeah, no, 2020, and then
2020. Okay.
Finished. Yeah, and then I just had my graduation 2022.
Congrats! I have mine next week, so I feel you. Yeah. But how are you able to like juggle all of that? Like aside from the booking, you had mentioned the booking system. What other things helped you in like to balance like the full-time job and also when you were in school?
I would say like just knowing what I can handle as well. My main priority was to always get my uni work done first. Once the uni work is done and out the way, then I can now say, okay, I can focus on, the bookings for nails.
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, I'm a firm believer of I actually can't come and kill myself. Honestly,
no, literally.
If I really prioritized my degree. If I didn't have bookings that week, I didn't have bookings. I couldn't like overwork myself, you know. So, that's pretty much how I was able to manage it. And then, I started my business, and then COVID hit as well.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that too. Yeah. So with COVID and everything, how were you able to? Because the thing is, like, were you working already as a radiographer, or were you still you were not working at all? So how were you able to like push that, because you had already built your clientele right at the very beginning? So how were you able to push that? Were you moving more, or?
I actually started doing press-on nails during COVID.
That is so smart.
That's how I was able to still keep it alive, because this day and age of like social media and your business, a lot of people like, let's say, oh, I've got a business, the first thing is, oh my god, what's your Insta? I feel like you actually have to be very, very active on social media as well. So I didn't want a thing where COVID hit and I just stopped posting about RayyNails. Like, so I think because we in London, we went into lockdown end of March 2020. 2020. Yeah, end of March 2020. And I started the press-on nails around second week in April. But I thought it was just gonna be I didn't think we were gonna be in lockdown for so long, you know. I thought I thought it was just gonna be a short thing, and then I'll just do it for the meantime and then get the clients back in. But yeah, I started doing I did press-on nails for I think a good year or so. I was doing press-on nails.
That's crazy.
It was now time for us to we got the go ahead from the government that we can now have face-to-face appointments.
Yeah. And I think like in England it was different than in Canada. Like you guys like were on lockdown and then weren't on lockdown, but I feel like Canada we were on lockdown for the longest time.
Yeah.
So you mentioned being addicted to doing your nails. That was me too. My nail tech lived in my building. So I would literally go to her place and do my nails. And yeah. And the thing is like, it's funny because like during lockdown, I also like did press-on nails because I was just like, well, no one can do my nails. So I think that's such a cool initiative. Like you were able to like think quick because COVID hit like March and you were doing this in April. Like you you already had a plan, like you were out there. And I think that's what's so special about your story too, because you were able to diversify. And do you still do press-on nails to this day, or is it just something that was more in the peak of COVID times?
So with press-on nails, I actually do plan on doing it long term, but more as a product, because back then I was doing it. It's quite labor intensive. I'm the one doing it. Like, I'm the one actually doing all the intricate details, everything. But I've stopped doing press-on nails because it's just one of me, and as I said, I can't. Myself.
You can't come and kill yourself. No,
honestly.
for sure.
But it is something I do. There is a demand for press-on nails. I see it, but it's more of me working smarter than harder. So more of
I like that.
Going to production of press-on nails as a product under RayyNails. If you get what I mean. Yeah.
I really like that. Smarter, not harder. That is something that should like just be everyone's tagline. But no, like I think something. And I noticed this about your story because, again, before the interview, I just wanted to make sure I was also prepared myself. But when you first started, because of COVID, not when you first started, I should say, because you had been doing it for 2 years or so. But during COVID time, I noticed that you gave like a 15% discount to NHS workers. So for those of you that don't know, NHS workers are just people that are working in the healthcare industry. So NHS is like National Health Services in England. So I thought that was super cool. And people that were students in like healthcare. Why was that so important for you to kind of give back?
Yeah, because as a fellow NHS worker, I understand. Like I know what we go through. Honestly, like I can relate to everything. So it was just my way of giving back to the NHS workers as well, and and as I said, I didn't expect my business to go how it's gone, honestly. And I genuinely, because one thing about me, you don't have to come to me to do your nails, but you choose to come to me to do your nails or do your press-on nails. It means so much to me, honestly. So it was just my way of like appreciating the NHS workers and for what they were doing during COVID as well, because it wasn't. I worked a bit during COVID on a placement, and I know what we were going through. It was not easy. So it's my way of just showing my appreciation and support towards them. And for students, I knew it was tough out there as well during COVID time. So it was just my way of like helping, because with nails, I see it as a luxury. It's not a necessity. But yeah.
Don't tell the girls in the chat that like it's not a necessity. It is. I feel like this is the longest time I've gone without doing my nails. I feel so weird. Really? But no, Yeah, you're 100% right. I love the idea of giving back. And honestly, Racheal, like I brought out my phone because I want to literally check because I feel like you have a lot of followers right now, and I feel like you're still so humble.
Oh, thank
Like if
you.
that makes sense. Yeah, you're almost at 10K. So follow her, guys. Like literally, like you're so humble and you're still ready like give back. And I feel like that's also what adds to your story. Because some people when they get big or they blow, as the terminology would be on Instagram, they like forget their roots. But you didn't. Like you said, you gave back, and it was just I was like, that's so cool. Like you're like, yes, I'm doing that. Um, okay, so we've talked about RayyNails, how you started RayyNails as a brand, how you were able to cope both ways, and just I shared something unique about your story. I just want to touch on again RayyNails as a business, like where you're going now. I noticed that's something you do, or I don't know if you're still in the process of doing, but a lot of people were interested in you teaching them. So you went to a school to teach, and now people are reaching out to you to teach. And I feel like I noticed, like, because you were always people were always asking you questions about it just based on the posts you're posting on your
Yeah.
story. So
Yeah.
and then you started what is it, like an Instagram like private page where like you can teach people. Talk to me about that. How did you even come up with that idea, and how is it going now?
Okay, so with that, I think the Instagram page I made was RayyNails tutorials. That was during COVID times, because during COVID times,
Okay.
there was a demand for people learning how to do their nails. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I've invested in myself to learn how to do nails. Nails is actually my passion, but I saw that if these people actually want to learn how to do nails, and they were asking me so many questions, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to create a page. You can pay a fee to enter it, well, to join the page. And I was just dropping videos on that page. I did help a few people on there, but I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Mainly because I don't feel like that's the route I want to go down in terms of teaching. I do feel like it's been something that's been on my mind to actually start doing, the teaching people how to do nails. But you know, when you've got like imposter syndrome, like I feel like, oh, I can do better. I feel like because with me, I want people to get their money's worth. I don't just want you to, if I teach you how to do nails, I don't just want to take your money and you're not really sure of what you're really doing, if you get what I mean. Like, I need you to get your money's worth from that course and be like, yeah, like Racheal taught me well. So yeah, I feel like I've got imposter syndrome. Like, other people see that I can actually teach people, but I don't really see it. I kind of do, but not that much. But I'm trying to like just get out of that habit. I might launch classes for the new year, might go into that, but it's definitely something I am looking to do and build a team under RayyNails as well.
I love that, the team aspect, because you had mentioned the press-on nails was just solely you. So like you would pretty much train people to work under you, and then you would be able to kind of, I don't know, just branch out to do different services. So I think you would like, yeah, that's so cool. I like that.
I have more time to myself, you know, and just be able to do other things.
And I think that's so. I think that's sometimes what people forget. Like, you start out something and you're going, but then sometimes you need to kind of take a step back and like actually like appreciate what you've built, because you've built a brand, you built a business. But it's like at the end of the day, you're not able to enjoy that if like you're not able to have time to yourself.
Listen,
right?
I'm always working. Like, it's actually like, I'm always working, and I'm always tired. So it's like, it's like,
I feel that.
I'm doing all of this, but I feel like it's for a reason. I'm building the brand at the moment. I'm laying the foundation. Yeah. So I don't mind putting all the work in now to enjoy later.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy to do it. But there does become a time when it's time for me to like step back a bit and just put some certain systems in place to make it easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And talk to me, how has it been with like family and friends, and how has their support been? Like, because I know sometimes people's support system is like, you had given a shout out to Thelma, so shout out to you, Thelma. But is there anyone else that like is pretty much supported in terms of RayyNails? It could be strangers, because I know sometimes it's really like people that don't know you that will really that'll go hardest for you.
Yeah.
But is there anyone that really like stuck out to you, that really pushed you to somewhat overcome that imposter syndrome, maybe at the beginning of your career of RayyNails?
Definitely, like I have to say I have a very, very good support system in terms of family, friends, even my clients. They are so supportive. Like I know you get a few people that be like, oh, some people didn't support me in the beginning, but now that I've grown, they're supporting me. It has actually never been the case for me. Like from the get-go, from when I said I'm starting RayyNails, everyone I told, all my friends, my family, they literally supported me. Like supported me, reposted my content, shared my page, even up till now. Like basically, most of my friends are in healthcare, so they can't even get their nails done all the time. But whenever they do get their nails done, they still come back to me to do their nails and stuff. Like there's always been that continuous support from my friends, my family, my biggest support system. Like especially my dad, my mom, my brothers, like they support me when it comes to RayyNails. Like even my dad he's talking about investing into it and stuff like that. So
I love
my parents are they are my biggest support system. Like they were just worried that they didn't want it to affect my degree.
Yeah, it happens.
Just focus on your degree, degree. But I'm a very, very determined person. Like I wasn't going to give one up. It was both. Like I have to do both.
It was both.
But after I've been finished with university and everything, they're still literally supporting.
You're listening to Self-Made with Ife A.
We're talking bigger plans for RayyNails and stuff. So I've always had a good support system. Even at uni, like my brother, big up my big bro, like he would always come and help me. Let's say if I'm going packing from uni, taking my stuff to and fro, changing shops and stuff, like he would always. My support system is amazing. Like is amazing. I can't lie.
I love that. And I feel like it's not easy. Like again, the whole idea of the podcast was just like I wanted to talk to up and coming individuals and just hear your story. And I feel like sometimes, yes, you might be self-made, but it still takes that support system to back you. And I really love that you have that. And this is not the end. This is not like the end of what we're going to hear about RayyNails. So tell us, like, what's next in the future for RayyNails? You had talked about the press-ons you talked about the press-on nails, potentially taking that as like a project and maybe building a team. Is there anything else next in RayyNails' future?
Yeah, so definitely press-on nails being a product under RayyNails. Definitely having like my own acrylic line as well in terms of products. Definitely branching out into like teaching and educating people about nails, because there's more that goes into nails. It's not just it looking pretty. There's also the care of your nails as well. Definitely going into education of nails, like actually teaching girls how to do nails, or guys as well if they want to, and having my own shop, my own place that you can walk in. RayyNails. Where'd you get your nails done? RayyNails. She's based in London. She's got a shop on the high street. So do you get what I mean? And maybe having something in Nigeria as well, because that's home. That's really home. Yeah.
And I think I even messaged you about something. I was like, you should do a nail tour.
As
Just
I
like
said,
travel around.
Imposter syndrome. I'm telling you.
I know.
I don't know. Like, if that would definitely, like, I see a lot of hairstylists doing that. Like, they just travel around and like teach girls how to do hair. That if people would want me to teach them to do nails, and I can travel and do a world tour, 100%, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
You should gauge. I feel like that would, like, it'll probably be it'll take a minute to plan, but I think it's definitely something that, like, because look how the press-on nails took off, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's something that you can now, like, you know, yeah. But it'll be good to see. But I just want to say thank you so much and for stopping to talk to me. And
thank you for having me.
Something that stood out to me about RayyNails is that you were, like I said, you're humble, you're down to earth, and you're not only like ready to learn, but you're at the same time you want to teach people. And based on everything I've heard today, Racheal, I think you're self-made. Do you?
Thanks. You can't be self-made without God. Honestly. But now
I like that.
God has really given me the strength for me not to burn out yet. So yeah, we thank God for that, honestly.
Oh my God! Don't say yet. No, you're not gonna burn out.
No.
I feel like burnout is so real. And do you sorry, I think it lags a little bit, so it sounds like I'm cutting you out, but I swear I'm like I think it's just lagging. And do you have any advice for any individuals listening to this? Like maybe, it may not necessarily be nails, but someone that potentially wants to start that business or that passion that they have, but they don't know where to start from. Do you have any advice for them?
I'll definitely say follow your passion. Like when you're genuinely passionate about something, it takes a lot for you to just give up with it, because only you see your vision. No one else will see your vision except you. Definitely take time to really plan how you want it to be executed as well. And don't give up. Like, even if you tell somebody about your business and their response is not really what you expect it to be, don't let that affect you. Like, as I said, only you know your vision. Go with it. And what else will I say? Take your time with it. Honestly, timing is everything. Like, if it doesn't work out the first time, take a break, whatnot, go again. Honestly, like, and don't regret. Like, I wouldn't say regret, but how would I put it?
Like, don't have any regrets in the future. Like maybe take all the chances you can get.
Take all the chances. Like, I know one thing I always say to people: if I hadn't have started RayyNails then, right now I would have been regretting it. Like, I know I would have been regretting it, but just push yourself to just start that business. Like, there's no perfect time. Just start something, even if it's just start or create the Instagram page. Just start it, baby steps, because nothing you can only get better. You can't get worse. You know what I mean? Like, once you start something, you're gonna be seeing the improvements you can make to it and everything. I didn't start off with my nice logo at first. I did my logo on Canva with like emojis and stuff, and then I now progress. But you know, you can never get worse. You're always gonna improve. So and don't be too much of a perfectionist at first. Just start it and then perfect on your way. Yeah,
I love that. Thank you so much. And I'm also like taking notes too, because I had major imposter syndrome with this podcast, and I've been thinking about it since 2020. So it's like what you said about just start it, just start it. I may not be the best at podcasting now, and I've had a lot of hiccups, especially on this episode, but I feel like maybe again, who knows?
No,
maybe season 2, I'll be better.
100%. Like you even see probably in season 2, if you compare your season 2 to season 1, maybe the audio would sound better, the quality of your camera would be better, but you'd see the improvement, But you're doing amazing, and congrats on your podcast. Thanks for having me, honestly.
Thank you. For sure. And where can everyone find you? You can just in terms of your business, or
in terms of my business, it's RayyNails, so RAYY.nails on Instagram, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Racheal, for stopping by virtually, because we don't have that budget yet. Maybe season 2.
We'll get the budget season 2.
Amen. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Next week on Self-Made with Ife A.
Recognize that I truly had nothing else to keep me busy aside from the work that I was doing where we were both working. Can I say where we were? Is that open?
Yeah, sure. You might as well. It's fine.
So back when we were at